Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's your girl Sis-Lo with another newsworthy update. Well, tonight I'm going to talk about Nature Boy and Carbonation. Unless if you follow the whole Nature Boy thing at all, you would know that in the last 48 hours, um, they were apprehended by the federales. Um, on the carbonation compound. Um, they were separated. The men were separated from the women. Everybody was questioned. Everybody underwent psychological evaluations and physical examinations. Um, they were all questioned, and extensive investigation is going on as we speak. As soon as they were released from police custody, they immediately went back to the compound. They emptied the compound and they ran. All of them at this point, all of the remaining members that decided to stay with Carbonation are, in fact, on the run with Alicio um, Bishop, aka Nature Boy, at this time. He did go on uh, after they were released from police custody. He did go on to do a first live on today, but they decided not to go live until they made it to, I guess, where they'll be staying temporarily once they left the carbonation compound. Now, the young man, David, and his wife and their three children were not with them. When he was asked where they were, he said that they decided to go on their own journey and they left. They had some business to take care of and they left. Well, one thing that was in fact true is that David and his wife are wanted in the States for several different legal situations, one of which is a legal situation with CPS. So CPS is looking for David and his wife for outstanding investigations in the Maryland area. So it could be that because of David's situation, Nature Boy doesn't want the heat on him, especially with what's going on with the investigations that are going on with him and all the carbonation. Well, if any of you guys follow or watch any of the carbonation or Nature Boy videos, you will see that even over the past, I'll say the past 5 or 6 months, there have been a lot of changes, a lot of turning, changing of the guard, so to speak. Um, Serenity and her husband, Rambo, her tribal husband, left, as well as Vibes and Flo. They were a couple. They left. Um, a few other people that had just been touch and go. A young man they called Paul. He came, but I don't think he was there a good 3 weeks, and he left right before uh, David and his wife came and they got there last week. Um, there were quite a few other people that came in and that left. Um, then there were quite a few incidents where Velvet, aka Eliana or EJ, was having her disagreements with her husband, who was chieftain. She's known as the chiefess. They were having a lot of disagreements and blow ups, and they would happen to have those situations on camera, on video, and it would result in one situation resulted in her hair being cut off, all of her locks being cut down, almost bald. After which, supposedly out of solidarity, everybody else cut their locks down or off, and gave them to her in a plastic bag to show that they were in fact in unity with her. But all of this stuff was a ploy. Then, right before that, Eliana had the baby Eliana. Um, Ever since the baby has been born, there's been different situations with her skin, her having her laying out in direct sun. I mean, the baby is gorgeous. The baby is beautiful, but the baby is not well. The baby had a very bad cough. I mean, the cough is terrible. Well, Nature Boy doesn't believe in medicine. He doesn't believe in hospitalization, as he says, um, or Babylonian principles or practices. So for a minute, he wouldn't even allow the baby to go to the doctor. But finally, because that baby's cough got so bad, and after so many people on his lives complaining and making comments, you need to take the baby to the doctor. He decided to take the baby to the doctor and found out that the baby had bronchiolitis or upper respiratory infection or or pneumonia. He never did say, because I don't believe he stayed long enough to get the prognosis and the proper diagnosis. He showed pictures of her x-rays and he said that her lungs were clear. Well, for my medical profession, seeing those x-rays, I saw that the it was probably, I would say, the left lung was extremely cloudy and congested, and that baby was coughing really bad. So after a while, he took the baby back to the doctor. And ironically, at this point, when they were at the doctor's with the baby, Eliana's father showed up. He was not expecting for her dad to pop up, but he did. Now, she knew he was coming because in their last fight, in her fit of anger, she asked him to take her to the bus station, and she stayed gone a whole day, which she alleged she called her dad and told her father to come and get her and told him about some of the things that were actually going on. Well, when her father showed up, of course, it shocked the fool out of Alicio, and he was very angered by it. And he put on his front and spoke like he always does, speak up for her, speaking in her ear, telling her what to say, speaking for her, not allowing her to talk, talking over her dad. The same manipulating, cultic, controlling things he always does. So after she decided, or I don't know if it was that she was afraid or if she's really this evil. I don't know what the situation was, but she decided to go off on her dad in front of this man. I mean, the way she treated her father, her stepmother, was like Unbelievable. I could never, ever, ever treat my parents this way. Especially after they scraped and scrapped and took off of work and found their way to go all the way to Palenque, Mexico to try to save her because she asked them to come. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like. Um, at any rate, she talked to them like they were nothing. She treated them like they were nothing. Well, he gave her until last Friday, and he told her you got to have until Friday to make up your mind what you're gonna do after that. You know, everything is gonna change. So what he did was he got up Saturday morning, just like he promised, and he gave her until Friday, and she refused to talk to him. Well, Nature Boy refused to allow her. And he, of course, made it seem like it was something all the way different with his narcissistic self and put it all on as he was disrespecting him as a man. And oh my God, it was just senseless. But however, he made this big front to avoid her to talking to her dad one on one. And he wouldn't allow him to see him again. Hey, baby. Hey, he wouldn't allow him to see his daughter again. So they left. And the next thing you know, the police and the federales and FBI and everybody come rolling up, coming up on them with MAC 10s, AK 47s, and everything, and raided the place. Well, come to find out, Papa Bear didn't leave after all. He gave her to Saturday to come to her senses before he dropped the bomb. And that's when they started a legal investigation. So the investigation is underway as we speak. Within the last 72 hours, it's been really hot and heavy in Palenque. Because Nature Boy has been known in that area, because he spends so much money in that area, he has those people thinking that he's there filming a reality show when in fact he's not. The only filming that he does is with cell phones and webcams and things like that, but it has nothing to do with any network. It's all him. His ploy is to extort money from the public. Um, his ploy is to lure young men and women to Palenque, to his cult, to his compound, so that he could get money from them, so that he could manipulate and brainwash them, and so that they would be a part of this sex cult that he started about 3 years ago. And when I say sex cult, it's just that. Most of the people that come and join in have to be initiated in by having sex with him. This man, oh yeah, honey, it's really popular, baby doll. It's really popular. Yeah. This man is said to have HIV, uh, syphilis, gonorrhea, and herpes. He's admitted to sleeping with several people that are infected with all of these diseases unprotected over the years. He thinks that wearing a condom is an unnecessary Babylonian practice. And he teaches people you don't wear condoms, you don't wear underwear, you don't wear deodorant, you don't use soap, you don't do this, you don't do that, and all you eat is the B6 diet. All of the people there have lost a tremendous amount of weight. They eat one meal together at noontime. They eat what he tells them to eat. They ask for his permission to go to the bathroom. They have to bow when they come in his presence, bow when they leave. They don't use the toilet, they use the bathroom outdoors. Can you imagine what that must look and smell like? It's awful. Also, there have been several people that have escaped his compound and his method of practice, and they have, given their account of their experience. There are some people that won't speak against him, but there are some people that speak freely against him, saying that if it is not his way, is no way. How he deprived them of sleep and kept them up for hours to 4 or 5 in the morning, standing at attention, listening to him ranting and raving, and his downloads from the universe about certain teachings and whatever, things like that. And with these practices, with depriving them of sleep, this B6 diet, the work practices, because everybody has duties and responsibilities. They have to dig in the dirt and plant unnecessary fruitless gardens, and they have to do calisthenics. Just it's just all kind of things, and all of the women there must be fruitful and multiply. Every woman there has to have babies. He want baby age baby boomers, where they can have a bunch of babies because he wants to see his seed multiply. Doing this knowing that he is infected with HIV/AIDS, and he still wants to put babies in this world and take them through that. It's awful. And then for the people who have been infected by him to leave and go into society thinking that they've been healed because he told them he healed them, and then they come out here unknowingly or being naive and infect someone else with these same diseases out in society. And there were some people, Sino or Zeno is one of the former cult members who admits that he is HIV positive. He insinuates that he had a sexual relationship with Nature Boy, and he says that he's been HIV positive to 2013, and he never told anybody that he was HIV positive, and he never will because the person that gave him HIV didn't tell him. So with all of these things being said, we have to know it's a big ant right here. Oh, it's a big old black ant. Yeah, it's a big black ant. Yes, and that's scary too. But at any rate, huh? At any rate, you had to find an ant because I don't want it to bite me. It was a big black carpenter ant, I think. But at any rate, it's just unfortunate for everyone involved in this situation, for the family members, the loved ones. Some of these people have left their children behind. Some of their families have not heard from them in years. Some of the young people, families, told their families that they were going on spring break and that they hadn't heard from them. It was years. Some of the children came from well-to-do families in Canada, and when they got the wind of it, the Canadian broadcasters from BBC um, got a hold of the information and tracked them down and went back and got Kayla back and brought her back home. And a lot of them have mental illnesses. A lot of them. A lot of them are mentally ill, and he takes their debit cards, takes all of their money. One young man gave him $300,000, and he has absolutely nothing to show for it. Bought ping pong tables and dirt bikes and iPads and things like that. Stupid thing. And they're supposed to be living on nature. Go figure. Hey Tanya. Well, they got picked up by the federales. Uh, all this happened within the last 72 hours. The compound got raided thanks to Eliana's dad and a group of people that's working uh, with them. And a lot of the research they got raided, honey. They got raided. And they separated the ladies from the men, questioned all of them, did the psyche evals on all of them, and made them all go into medical, uh, um, physicals. So before they let them go sometime yesterday evening. After detaining them for about 12 hours, they let them go. Soon as they let them go, they ran. All of them. What the last family that came, they call him David. That's not his real name, but he and his wife are under investigation with CPS in the state of Maryland. Yeah, oh yeah, baby, they got all the proof they need too. They got all the proof they need, and they got testimony. I can't tell it all, but yeah, it's underway. He's getting ready to come down one way or the other. Now, my concern is he had said one time on one of his videos that if he go down, everybody going down. If he died, everybody was going down. That's what he said. He said what you say? They said a lot of people who joined his cult were running from something. Of course, they're running from something. A lot of them are sexual predators. Some of them said on their lives that they mess with their little cousins. And one young man said he messed with his two little sisters. And then the young man that just came with his family, David, and his wife, like I said, CPS is after them for something. And when they brought their two kids, a little boy looked like he might have been 3 or 4, and a little girl that looked like she was about 4 or 5 or something like that. They let Nature Boy nickname those kids Bam Bam and the little girl Strawberry. Now, why in the world would you let this man give your child a stripper name like Strawberry? Hey, Strawberry. Oh, no, baby. What's your name? Strawberry? Oh, no. Not over there with them pedophiles putting lipstick on her, having her run around with, they don't wear underclothes or anything there. So they got her wrapped in a grown woman's wrap, putting lipstick on her and painting her nails and whatever, and calling her Strawberry. No. Mm-mm. Well, when I looked today at the live, they weren't there. And he said that the guy and his family had left and went on their own journey. No, they ran, just like he ran. And he wasn't going to take any dead weight with him. And that's what happened. Talking about he's still following the teaching and this, that. Girl, you remember a long time ago, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been building your kingdom all over this land. Satan, your kingdom must come down. And that's what's going on right now. Satan's kingdom is coming down anytime. You sit up here and compare yourself with God and say your name is Jesus, that you are the second coming. I am God, nigga. Nigga, I'm God, nigga. Oh, Mm-mm. God is not pleasing. You just reserved you a special place in hell. What you say? We used to sing that song by Shirley, a girl, Shirley the Caesar. You've been building your kingdom all over this land. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Now, the funny part about that, this is a fun fact. When I moved to North Carolina, where my youngest daughter was born, the church that her dad pastored down there in Midway, North Carolina, in Midway is midway of Thomasville, North Carolina, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's a little small city. There's a church there called the Righteous Church of God, and that's the church where little Shirley Caesar grew up in. Little Shirley Caesar sure did. Went to the church, my ex pastor, the church that she grew up in, the Righteous Church of God. And girl, they still hit those old school hymnals. And there was a mother there named Mother Ollie Tuttle. And boy, she'd have this pan, but she said she'd beat her pan, which was a cymbal with a knob on it. She'd get this little metal, like it looked like a nut in a boat, a long nut and boat. Ding, 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 be her own little, go to rocking and go to singing, girl. Oh, you talking about something funny. But Molly, she say, if y'all don't say something, I catch me one in a minute. I catch one in a minute. What you say? I love a lot of, yeah, real refreshing and spirit moving, if you want to say. But yeah, his kingdom is definitely coming down, and I just can't wait. Now, it's moving. They're moving in silence, understandably so. Um, and see, Nature Boy and them think that because they're not still in custody, that they got by with something and that it's over. But they don't understand that they have to take their time and build that case so that once they put them in, that they hold them and it'll stick. They're not gonna just sit up here and make you think, that everything is like, oh yeah, we know when that happened when they were asking them questions. Yeah, we understand what y'all saying. Oh really? Oh wow, yep, I understand what you're saying. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Number one, they don't probably understand your English. Number two, they gonna tell you whatever they can tell you to get more information out of you. That's the way that goes. But honey, I can't wait to come back to you guys and report that this man has been apprehended permanently and that this cult has been destroyed because it is a dangerous, he's a menace to society. He's a manipulator. He is taking those people for every penny that they have. Because all of them have some type of income. You can't join Carbonation without having something to donate. And then they all have a responsibility to get donations from the public or to lure more people there. And when the people come, they have to bring something with them. They have to bring something. Has to be 400, 1200. Well, Eliana donated 3,300, all of her tuition money, $33,000, and the other young man, Key, gave $300,000 out of his deceased mother's money, and it's just been on and on. Just a whole lot of people giving, and you see people in there. If he say, "Who gonna pay for my dinner?" Y'all know what it is. Y'all gonna pay for my lunch. Y'all know what it is. Put the cash up there. Y'all know what it is. We're gonna need about a good 150. And he brag, and they send it. People send it. Ain't no way you'll brag to me about using me for my money, and I'm sitting there like an idiot, and I'm over here struggling. Like Jay Wilson said, Wilson trying to keep some struggle lights on, trying to keep some struggle food on the table, trying to keep a struggle 9-year old clothed and fed. No, I'm not about to do it, and I'm not about to uproot my son and take him over there to that mess where you teaching him whatever you feel like teaching him. Got my son standing at attention and bending over in the back room. That ain't about to happen. It ain't about and me. And I'm not. I can't say nothing or I get beat or put. No. Mm-mm. No. Nobody. And then they were talking about how Eliana was being all boastful with her dad and bragging, talking about her husband take good care of her, and all this, that, and the other. And then you looking at her, and her eyes are black, her face is swollen, her lips are puffed up. No, girl, don't Brother Jay crack you up. But honey, I digress. That's another lie. I need one say. I'm gonna go out of that one and I'll come back into another one. I don't want to mess that lab up. But it was all because he had her brain. It's exactly, and it's a lot of brainwashing going on. Even around going around YouTube. A lot of it. A lot of it. A lot of it. That's why the Bible says that the tongue, even though the tongue is a little matter, what great fires that little matter kindle. I know you meant nature boy, babe. I know you meant nature boy. I'm just saying it's not it's prevalent, and it's scary. It's scary how people can just manipulate you and good at it and can talk you out of all your money, talk you out your food stamp card, out your drawers, talk you out your mind. You hear me? Talk you out the middle letter of your first and last name. People talk you out of anything, and convince you that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Make you think that you are, it's all your fault. You say you'll keep your money in your Well, girl, I tell you what, if I had anything, my little loose change, it's there in a cup all together. I separate the pennies from the silver. And when it's time to go to the coin place or whatever, I deposit it at the bank, and my bank where I bank at. You can use the coin thing for free and then I just cash it in and deposit it right in the bank. And most of the time it'd be enough to pay a bill sometime. Cause I let them pennies get. I had one time in silver, I had about $160 just tossed to the side. Cause every time I like make change from at the store or something like that, I just take it, let it all collect, and take it out of my purse and put it in a jar. At the end of the week, I might have $15, $20 in silver, and ain't no telling how much in pennies. I got so many pennies, it's crazy. And so I wait and I let them collect, and then if the kids want to do something, go to the park, go get a couple of toys to play with or something, I go cash the pennies and stuff in and let them have them. You said you have a change bucket, and we change it in at the bank every year around Black Friday. That's smart too. That's real smart. And you accumulate a lot. You really do. You really do. And now what you can do too is start throwing a couple of singles up between those piles of change. You'll be surprised what you get. If you just say, I'm not going to spend any more singles. Every time I get some singles, I'm going to throw it in the thing. Yep. You don't touch it. It adds up really big. It adds up. I went to Woman Now Art Loosed one year, and I said I'm not gonna touch this change. I think for like 3 months, and that's when I saved up that $160. I think it was, and I used that change to get some little odds and ends for the trip and to pay the tolls in. So, yep, I know exactly what you're saying, but yeah, we gotta have a mind of our own, be Christ minded, and know that God is, not gonna let anything overcome or overtake him, because greater is he that is within us than he that's in this world. And he's not gonna let anything, especially any human, stand before you and declare that he is the second coming of Christ and God not do nothing about it. This is a God thing right here. The nature boy got a battle with God. Ain't nothing we can do. Because if he think he's above God, it really ain't nothing we can do. Because God is the ultimate everything. And if you got a man that's walking around thinking he God, and he cussing like a sailor and spread diseases around the world like he's doing, ain't no way God gonna let that happen. He's not gonna allow it to happen, y'all. God gonna get his due. That's the greatest thing you can do. People always talk about, oh, homosexuality is a sin or cussing and lying and this, that, and that. Okay, the greatest sin you can commit is blaspheming against the Holy Spirit, blaspheming against God, sinning against the Lord. So when you sitting up and saying that you are greater than God or you are God, expect the wrath of the Lord to come. And it will. And when it comes, he would much rather that the police had got to him rather than the Lord, God's wrath come up on him. You know? So I'm not going to hold you guys. I'm going to end this live. And I may or I may come back and discuss the current events of today's YouTube. I thank you all for coming in and tuning in with me, Tanya. As always, I enjoy your lives, girl. Thank you for popping in case I need somebody to pop in. It's going to get bigger and bigger, girl. Thank y'all for dropping in. Show me some love. Comment, like, and call somebody and tell them to come and meet you at Sis-Lo's page. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. We don't say goodbye. We just say later for now. I love you, my sugars. Later for now.